What's going on, my brother? What's going on with you? Shout out to everybody on right now, especially those on the MJMG Presents app, those on Google TV, Apple TV, and all the other TVs that you happen to be on a day. But see, Mac, it's always a pleasure to have you on the set. We stick around for this one. We have a talented individual. I'm gonna give him a just due, and I'm gonna tell a brief story of something that happened last week pertaining to this individual. I don't even think they know. But they're gonna find out today. I'm gonna share a quick story. We're gonna go into that. I'm doing good. Salute to you, my brother. I'm doing good. I hope everything's good with you. So yes, most definitely. MJMG Presents. Salute to MJMG Presents for jumping on the set right now. Again, like I mentioned, we have a talented individual. This young brother, I can't even say it in words for everyone to get it. So you're gonna hear it, and then you're gonna hear from him. Hey, yo, Nate, what's going on? So what we're gonna do real quick, right? This brother Jay Arce, he got a project out, EP right now. It's called What We Gonna Do. There's a title track on there called Temptation Is Real. And y'all know temptation is real. Tim, tell him, Tim. I see Tim just jumped on. Tell him, Tim, it's real. It's real. So what we're going to do right now while we warm up the set and get all the wheels and the bearings going, we're going to jump into this record right here. Temptation Is Real, y'all. Check this joint out right here. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we're gonna have the individual, and I keep saying individual because I'm warming up the set. I know you saw it in the caption. It's all good. But we're gonna give a proper introduction right after this. So check out this right here, y'all, and we be back with the set.
Yep, I saw him. I saw them go. We will do this shit together. But them niggas are fucking kings, bruh. Same as me. Ain't nobody tell me shit.
Baby, I wanted to chill. But I feel the vibe is rising. Visualize it, baby. Temptation is real. Oh, baby. What's on your mind? Just tell me, baby. She say I've been going crazy 'cause I just miss the way that you touch on my body. Your love is amazing. We going all the way. Your mind, girl, let me illustrate a better picture, 'cause I've been fooling with you. Girl, I know what you want, but that's not what I was on. Baby, I wanted to chill. I just wanted to chill. I feel the vibe is rising. Visualize it, baby. Temptation is real. Temptation is real. Temptation is real. Oh, what's on your mind? Just tell me, baby. You say I've been going crazy 'cause I just miss the way that you touch on my body. Your love is amazing, baby. Ooh, I wanted to chill. Yeah, the vibe is rising. Visualize it, baby. Temptation is real. Baby, no.
Hey, yo. I know y'all just heard that, right? And if this is your first time hearing that, y'all need to check out the whole entire project. Without further ado, I'm gonna get right into this set, right? This individual, Jay Arce, he's a talented singer, songwriter, I want to say producer, engineer, creative, hustler, amongst many things. And I'm gonna give a quick story for those that don't know, right? Last week I was sitting with an exec at Def Jam. and he was talking about Chris Brown winning a Grammy finally, and how Chris Brown is the truth. And I'm not taking nothing from Mr. Brown. Nothing at all from Mr. Brown. And in that same sentence, I said to the individual, let me know if y'all hear some feedback. I'm hearing some feedback. I'm not sure where that's coming from. Let me know, y'all. Let me know in the feed if y'all hear that. But I told the individual, I said, there's this brother, Jay Arce, who I can say and put money on that his pen, if not is parallel, he probably got a little bit more edge over than Chris. And he was like, no way. And he was going on, and I played a record. I played 3 a.m. for him. That was the only record. And he looked at me, and he ain't say nothing. He ain't say it was true. He ain't say it was false. But as an engineer, an A&R, and a music professional, if they don't say no, I know what he was saying was yes. So without further ado, let's bring on the brother Jay Arce. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, Spud? What's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Amazing record. Always. You never lose. You've never lost. Like from the time I met you. For those that are just jumping on, I would like them to get a little background of who you are, where you from, and cause I know, so it's hard for me to just like go back to the things I already know. It seems tedious. So I'm gonna just open up the floor real quick for you to just introduce you and tell a little bit of background.
Okay, so real quick, my name is Jay Arce. That's what I go by. I've been making music now since I was 6 years old. My main passion, my main focus is singing. That's my strong suit. But I also rap, produce, and engineer as well. I write, ghostwrite. I do acting, and I just try to make sure that it shows that there's still passion left in the music. I'm trying to bring back a real R&B sound, like a rich sound, rather than everything just sounding so robotic. But yeah, I've just always loved music since I was a kid, and that's why I take it so serious.
Oh yeah, you take it serious. That's without a doubt. You got a soul like from Motown. Like
Yeah, I'm telling you.
even in that record, you feel the connection to your music. A lot of artists make music, and you could tell that they're good at it, but there's not a true deep connection to that music. What balances you to that connection to your music and the songs or the type of music you write?
So what balances me is I listen to old school music all day, every day. Whenever I'm working, I cut hair, braid hair, do locks and all of that. So whenever I'm working, I always got some old school music playing. I'm listening the whole time. So I'm always singing those riffs and runs. It's kind of like it brushes me up. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what keeps me connected. And gospel music.
Nice. Okay. Gospel music. Now, I'm curious to know, and I know our listeners, especially after if that was their first time hearing you, when did you fall in love with this music? Like, when did you begin to really get into this?
So solo, I really got into recording on my own consistently when I turned 14. But getting into singing and music in general since I was 6 years old. I started off recording with my brother. He goes by the name of Doobie Smokes. We all started off recording in the house, and it's just something that we just never stopped doing.
And from that first introduction of recording at 6 years old in the house, and I know how fun that is because I used to do it with a tape recorder.
Yeah.
You know, when was it when you penned that first song or them first lyrics, and you were like, I do this. Like, this is what I actually do.
See, it's funny you say that. The first time I ever did that was I made this song I called it Summer Flings. And it was to a John Cena beat. Me and my brothers used to always make songs. And I was like, I want to try to make my own solo song this time. And we used to perform in our backyard for all of the neighbors and stuff. And I remember I did my solo song, and everybody was just going crazy at the end. And I was like, you know what? Like, I always knew I loved it. That's one thing. I always knew I loved music. But that was around the time when I was like, I want to take this serious. Like, I want to make this my career. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. Now, did you face, especially at a young age, did you face the the fear, the people around us, sometimes they advise us in fear, like, no, no, don't do that, like, no. And it's not that they don't believe in us, they just fear what can happen. Did you face that at that young age, or you always had the support?
It was honestly a mixture of both because I've always had my mom and my brothers to back me up, to push me. But I was also kind of timid, like off the stage. So when it came to putting myself out there, like singing on the spot or trying to just showcase what I have, I did. It kind of felt like pressure. It did feel like pressure a little bit when I
Okay.
was young. When I grew out of it, I see what they were trying to do with all of that pushing. I see what they were trying to do and how it shaped me, how it built me up.
Now, you mentioned pressure, and it is, I mean, I don't care what age as in talent or creative to get and put yourself out there. There's a level of vulnerability. How did you overcome that at the age ranges that you were pursuing this?
Just honestly having a love for it. If I didn't love it, I honestly wouldn't do it. That's one thing my mom always taught me. If you don't love it, don't do it. So just having a love for it, it always made it easier. It always made it easier. It always helped me. It always helped me make sure to push. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. I love that. If you love it, do it. And I most definitely get that. Let's talk the first time you got into like the studio space and laid down like that first, it's a Arce thing joint. Like when you first really did your joint, you was like, yo, that's fire. Like what was that like?
The first time I made a joint where I was like, I feel like that can go up. I made a song called Karma, and I made a song called You're the One. And I remember he had the speakers all the way up, and it was just me and him in there. I didn't have my mom, my brothers, so I didn't have that pressure we was talking about earlier.
Okay.
It felt so free, and it felt like a movie. It felt like a movie, like it felt like I was doing something right, if that makes sense, like a dream come true. So yeah, Karma and You're the One with my guy Too Smooth. I was out in LA, so
Okay.
the ones.
Too smooth. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Now, you've been pursuing and performing and writing joints, and I'm gonna say hits. You've been writing some hits. Like again, I don't argue or even talk
Love, man.
that more hard about artists, and I was like, nah, his pen don't care, and I could see he co-signed it. But during your time, was there ever a time that you kind of questioned how good you were? I see a lot of people with talents and skills that are phenomenal, but they put a lot of pressure on themselves. And did you ever face that?
I did. I faced this for sure my freshman year and eighth grade, transitioning kind of into more of a social setting. I felt a lot of pressure being on camera because I knew my voice wasn't all the way there yet. Like I was going through a stage of puberty, so it was a lot of voice cracking and stuff. So I remember I was always scared to post my videos. I would sit there and take hours to try to make videos and just not end up posting them because I was just too insecure. But as time started going on, I seen that's a part of the journey.
Yes.
And if I keep on waiting till for things to be perfect, I'm gonna be waiting forever. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to overlook it. And I want to say sophomore year, around that time, I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna post my stuff. And if they don't like it, they don't. If they do, they do. And I just kept going with it.
And I can imagine there was tons more people liking than any. I don't know who could say they don't like it. Like seriously speaking, and I'm not, as my daughters tell me, stop glazing, but I'm not glazing. Like, yeah, my daughters they be like, yo, dad, you no, I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100. I can't see anyone saying your music is not of professional standard. Now, I know as a creative, there's hardships, there's all kind of different things on your plight. Was there one hardship that resonates to the moment of your expertise? Was there one moment that you hold dear that helped push you to who you are as an artist right now?
Yes, the moment that pushed me and continues to push me till this day was losing my father at a young age. I always knew that I wanted to make him proud, and I knew that I was put here for a reason. And when I knew that I had a love and a passion for music, I don't know. I just felt like I got to give this 100% or don't do it at all, because that's the type of man that my father was. He was going to give 100% or he wasn't going to do it. And I'm trying to not follow completely in the footsteps, but I want to live up to that standard. So that always pushed me, just looking up, just thinking up, knowing that he's watching down over me. That's what pushes me to not stop and give my all, give my 100, because I just want to make sure to keep him proud, and I want to make sure my mama is living comfortably.
Yeah.
We came up from the struggle. We came up from things being hard. There was a point in time where I was homeless. I didn't have nowhere to go. So just remembering those times, it just pushes me to know I want better for me and my family.
I respect that. And one thing that I do know is hardship builds a lot of character. It builds a lot of character. And not to say those who don't go through anything don't have any character, but there's a different level of appreciation in that. And you mentioned two things that for any individual could be life changing for their mental health and their well being, and losing your father. Not to dwell too hard on that. I was young and I lost my mother, and I know how that derailed me. For your mental and your well being, losing a loved one, how did you cope?
Well, one thing I will say is it matured me. It matured me. But as far as coping went, putting it into the music and being creative. I've always been a creative person. So doing things like drawing, doing things like trying to build stuff, like learning how to do things like that on YouTube, just finding ways to keep myself busy. That's the way I could say was the most helpful as far as coping. Just keeping myself busy, being creative, and not sitting still dwelling on the situation, if that makes sense.
And how much of those emotions or moments you intertwine with your music, if any?
Honestly, I would say all of them. I would say all of them.
I kind of knew that answer,
Yeah.
but I still wanted to put it out there. I kind of knew that answer because you can feel the realism in your music completely. With the realism, and not to mark your age, but as a music professional, a lot of individuals around your age range, they make a certain type of music that's not as real. It's not as real. It's more trendy, it's more energy driven. How do you balance the modern time for your generation with the music that you make as an individual?
I make sure to, one, stay true to myself, because I always want for when people to hear my music to know, well, that's Jay Arce. Like, that's what Jay Arce is gonna do. Like, it's Arce thing. So I make sure to stay true to myself. But okay, I'm also in college, so being around the young crowd. My little brother is about to be 17, so he's also hip to the younger crowd that's right below me. Just knowing what they would want to listen to as well, getting their feedback after I make the music, it helps. It helps because I know, okay, maybe I could change this, maybe I could incorporate this, maybe I could just alter this and fix this to fit my style type stuff. So just having the these other minds in different ages, I guess that helps out the most.
You answered that like a true veteran. You answered that like a true veteran. And my next question, with merging, I don't want to say youthism, but merging the different generations and applying what you can. Let's talk a little bit about social media, and has that affected you negative or positive or both? And if so, what's the give and take of that?
So it has affected me both positively and negatively, but I've learned from the entire situation. It affected me positively by helping me start to actually build a fan base and actually see my analytics to see what the people mess with and what the people don't. I feel like that's a very, very helpful tool. So being able to get that, but the negatives are, see, music as well as many other things nowadays is business. So you have to know how to attack this social media thing to get the most out of it. So as far as the consistency and being a content creator as a musician and producer and engineer, I could just see it is a lot of work, but if you love it, you're gonna do what you gotta do. If that's what you want to get, you're gonna do what you gotta do. So
That's right. You're gonna you hit it on the nose.
Yeah,
Whatever it takes. If you going whatever it takes, you're gonna do what you gotta do. You gotta do it.
yeah, got no
Now,
choice.
you mentioned business, and a lot of people don't mention the business. And coming through at the age that you have, did you face situations that business came in and not knowing it interrupted your business? And it could be at any stage, but how important was business? And if you do have a story or a moment where you have a gem about it, please share that, because we have a lot of artists on, and you mentioned that is powerful.
So as far as the business aspect, coming up in the beginning, I was just trying to make music. That's all I was worried about. Was just trying to make good music, put it out there and be heard. But then people started telling me stuff about split sheets and percentages and stuff like that. So I had to learn. I was forced to learn. And when I dropped my first song, I didn't even know how I was supposed to put music on any platforms. Then I started learning about distribution as far as DistroKid, United Masters. So I had to start doing my own research. And I would say knowing the business for music is very, very important. Business and promotion, business, marketing, and promotion. Those are the three main things that I would say focus on if you feel like you have your sound developed enough. Focus on those three aspects, because that's what's gonna help you. That's what's gonna help you get out there. That's what's gonna help you win in this game, I guess.
That's real. No. You hit it on the nose with that, with business and the importance of that. Now I want to go into your songwriting, and I don't want you to give away the gems. I don't want you to give away the gems.
I ain't gonna do too much.
But how do you attack going at a song? And the reason why I'm asking this is you go about it in the way that I've seen artists like Marvin Gaye and Al Green attack a record. How do you go about structuring or even coming up and formulating your music?
So lately, when I get on a slow song, I'll come in with my verse. I go in with that and I just start off feeling the music. A lot of people always ask me, like, how do you come up with this stuff? How do you write this stuff? The first thing I do is feel the music. I feel the music. That's the first thing, because if I feel the music, I know you're gonna feel the music. That's the most important part for me, is to feel it first and then start coming up with words. I like to come up with some type of I like to hum it out like and then I'll try to put words to that as I go. And then after that, just build in a certain direction, because I don't want to be all over the place. I want to give them a solid feel for what they're listening to.
You structure very well, my brother, very well. I must say that.
I appreciate
Now,
it.
with music and speaking to you as a creative, we've seen the music industry take many turns, and as of lately, they've been totally affected, and different things are happening. People are getting let off, yada yada yada. We could go on and on. But what's your take about the music business from your perspective as an artist? How do you feel it's going, and what you think the future holds for artists like yourself?
If I'm being completely honest, I feel like the music business is turning into mainly just business. I feel like that real sound that we are looking for and searching for, I feel like it's you're not finding too many more of those anymore, because people are so focused on business. Some people got the code cracked. So it's like they know what they're doing. They know how to get their face in front of millions of people, but that doesn't mean that they're talented enough to have that real sound, or that doesn't mean that they have passion enough to provide that real sound that music lovers are looking for. So just that whole business aspect, sometimes it's a little annoying. I could say that, and I think I speak for a lot of artists when I say it, because we more focused on the business aspect than the music aspect. But
That is true. That is true. You hit that on the nose. You hit that on the nose. Now let's talk about your new EP. You dropped a new EP. We got to play one of the records, Temptation is Real, off the EP, What We Gonna Do. He also has a title track associated with the album, the project. So let's talk a little bit about that. What's that's about? What's the feel? What you trying to approach with that, and let the viewers know.
So making What We Gonna Do, I just wanted to let out a lot of emotions. There was a lot of situations going around with close friends, with family, with just people who I feel like could relate to how I was feeling. So I wanted to just let all of my emotions out in that project. And I feel like everybody deals with issues with significant others, with people that they're dealing with, and just having somebody feel like I can relate to that, or like, damn, I'm not alone, or like, damn, I be thinking like that too. I feel like it helps. I feel like it helps to have someone like, damn, he understands, like, damn, he gets me, just by me letting out what I may feel inside or things I may think inside. I've had people tell me like when I heard that project, like it just resonated so well because those are the things I've been thinking about. I just can't put it into words. So that's where I feel like I come in at, actually putting it into words, being the voice. So that way some people can only be heard through music. So making that song, if you can use my music to be heard, I feel like I did my due diligence, and that's what I was going for.
And you did that as well, Moses. And asking that, you know, I got to executive produce MJMG Presents, the Experience album, which you have 2 amazing tracks on. Actually, one of my favorite tracks on the record is your record, right? Listening to that, you capture the stories that I think every individual in life could relate to, especially with 3 a.m. You send me a text 3 a.m. We know what that's really about, but you really capture those moments and target it. How was it working with other artists, especially in the distance, and you know, producers here, the label here, and everyone? How was working in that space on that project?
Honestly, I love working with people when they're spread out because I feel like you're most comfortable when you're working in your own environment. And I feel like us bouncing projects back and forth, to me, it's something just magical about it. I can feel like we doing some type of spy mission. I do my part, send it to you, you do your part, and then we all come back together and create something beautiful in the end. So I just find it very exciting. I find it very suspenseful because you don't know when you're gonna get the project back. You may wake up and have the project on your phone and be able to listen to it on the way, say driving to work or something. So just that feel made it fun. I would say that.
Nah, I could see that. I could see that most definitely on that. And it was great as an executive producer to have artists from all different walks and likes and all over, and then hear the finished product, which was totally amazing. I don't want to rewind too far back into my next question, but I do want to hit it. And the reason why I want to just ask and go into this direction, I see a lot of artists on, and we have a lot of people on the MJMG Presents app. Shout out to our people overseas in the Philippines that's showing us mad love. But we all been through some hardship.
Yeah.
We've been through some moments. And I know you mentioned, and again, I don't want to stick to, you mentioned about a moment of being homeless. You mentioned losing your father. And I want to talk about being in that space and what tools or advice you have for someone who's possibly in that pressure place of hardship.
Mm-hmm.
Could you share a little bit of what you did to get out of that, or an advice?
Well, what I will say is going through that stuff built me, it shaped me, it made me who I am today. And I would say if you are or did go through that stuff, you know, with life, if it's not one thing, it's another. So going through that stuff at a young age, it kind of prepared me. It kind of made me ready. So I would say embrace it. Don't use it to shame, like, no, don't use it to pity yourself. Don't use it as a way to say this is why my life is messed up. I would say embrace it and use it as a reason to be strong, and that's what's going to help you, because we all go through stuff.
That's right.
We all go go through things. Your life may be just as hard as mine in a different way, shape, or form. So I feel like going through that stuff and embracing it, it will make you stronger. And just remember not to give up. Don't ever, excuse my language, don't ever shit on people, because you never know. We can all come from some hard beginnings. Some people harder than others though. So
Yeah.
when you feel like you could shit on somebody, or like you could make you feel like you better than somebody, that's ugly. I feel like we all should treat each other with the same respect, because life is hard. Life is hard. We need each other. We gotta love on each other. Going through stuff like that, it show you who really got you when times get hard. So just
That's
we should be there for each other.
well said. Well said. I think MJMG said earlier in the chat that you articulate very well. And I think he just speaks from a true place. So no matter how he says it, the way he architects his words is just so genuine. And people are saying facts. I'm seeing diamonds 100. So you hitting the whole point right there. You hitting the whole point right there. And I completely agree with hardships building and molding individuals as they are. I want to switch a little speeds. We have a question in the chat, and it was like, yo, does he braid hair in his own shop as well?
Yes, I do. I braid hair, I retwist, I cut hair, all that in my own spot. If you want to get your hair braided or retwisted, I even do my own hair. _Arce Cuts on Instagram. Check me out. The link is in my bio. The page is in my bio. Because whoever asked the question, if you want to come get right, tap in.
That's right. I think that question was a alley-oop.
You see, I had to dunk it.
You had to dunk, and you waste no time. The ball's in the air, and you go right to it. Speaking of you doing it and taking care of business and doing all those stuff, I hear a lot of artists say, you know, I'm gonna quit my job and I'm gonna do this and I'm just gonna focus on this. How important is the hustle to your career as a musician?
The hustle and the career go hand in hand, because like I said earlier, music nowadays is business. And you know, Spud, just like I know, nothing in life is free. So you have to have some type of money so that way you can invest in your career and actually see the results that you're looking for. So you gotta hustle, make money, so that way you could pay for the things that you need for your career.
That's right. They go hand in hand, and you don't want one to cripple the other.
Mm-hmm. You don't want one to cripple the other at all. You gotta work, gotta do what you gotta do. Now,
there's one question that no matter what or who's on the show, we ask the same question. And this is the only question that remains the same. And with a brother with your insight, I would most definitely want to ask this right now. And please chat. If you guys got questions, please feel to put them in the chat. I'll ask them as well. But with everything that you know now, all your insights, your experiences, your hardships, if you could look at the younger Jay, and share some type of advice with yourself, what would that be?
The advice that I would give him is don't be scared and do it right the first time. I would tell him, who cares what anybody is thinking, because it only matters if you love it at the end of the day. If you sit here and worry about what everybody else is thinking all day, you're going to hold yourself back and you're only going to waste time. So I would tell him, get to it and don't worry about what anybody else is thinking. That's the main thing I would tell him.
Wise words. Get to it. Don't worry. I always tell people this. No matter what you do, someone can say something. Mm-hmm. And someone will say something. So why not do exactly what you wish? Because they're going to say something regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to say something regardless. People are saying beautiful chat. Shout out to Z. Shout out to Booker O. I see you unapologetically. E. Magoo Blocks. What's going on? Just want to shout the chat out. Again, if y'all got a comment or question, please feel free to jump in. There's a few people that jumped in a little late, and they didn't get to hear Temptation is Real, but I would like to go into what we gonna do, the title track to this EP, just to give them a little flavor. And I want y'all all on the chat to sit tight. We have an exclusive. Exclusive that you matter of fact, they will be the ones previewing it for the very first, the first people previewing it.
For the first time.
And guess what? I'm gonna be previewing it with y'all as well, because I ain't even see it. You know what I'm saying? But we do have an exclusive video as well, so sit tight. But we're gonna go into this one right here. This is what we gonna do, y'all. Check this out, and we be right back with the man of the hour. Oh, they said no audio. It's not playing. Hold on. All right, hold on, y'all. They said no audio. I tell you, if technology, if it's not one thing, it's two with technology. I don't know why it's not playing. But give me a second, y'all. We're going to get this right. We're going to get this right now. Let me just double check this. All right, let's check this right here. We're going to get this straight. All right, I got to go back into the set right here just to make sure the sound, y'all. So bear with me real quick. And video, here we go. All right, y'all said no sound. All right, here we go. We got this fixed now. I'm gonna run that back to the top. Little technical difficulties, but technology can't beat me. Check this out, y'all.
Messages, I already seen them. Now take your pride, put it to the side. You ain't gotta lie. Why you can't be real with me? Reminisce on how we've been through. Gotta play before I ruin my mood. I don't know. I got ahead of myself and I just lost control. I don't know. Slipping again. Baby, what we gon' do? What we gonna do for me? Baby, what we gon' do? What we gonna do with you, girl? Tell me what we gon' do. 'Cause I've tried and I've tried and I've tried again. Baby, what we gon' do? Baby, what we gon' do this time? Now I'm on my own. Rather be alone than let somebody treat me wrong. We was getting toxic, argue over the phone, and then you see me in real life. You went from mad to now you moan. Damn. We was supposed to talk and then you stayed until the morning. Ain't nobody perfect, I do it and you only, girl. Now you make me look at you a different way. I did this and that, that's all you had to say, girl. I don't know what we gon' do. I was tryna change, I was tryna show you. Like a wooden pencil, girl, you had a number two. I'm not the one. You already knew what I was gon' do. I'm not the one for you. Be the writer that tells the truth. I'm just gon' do me. I'll let you do you. You do you. Baby,
That's tell me. Well, what we gonna do? The title track of the EP. If you guys want to check that out, it's out right now. So tap in. I'm seeing a lot of fire emojis and hearts and all kind of energy going on. It does talk to the people. It has a sound that resonates to something that feels good. Good. I listen to a lot of your music. And even in those that may talk about something that's hardship, it doesn't come with a darkness. It always has a light to it. Even in the midst of conflict and hardship or heartache or whatever, it's never dark. It's never... Is that something strategic, or is that just the way you deliver your music?
I try to give a sense of hope. So most of the time when I'm making my music and I am giving some type of purpose where I'm expressing myself, I'm trying to give a sense of hope, or like a sense that you're not alone. Like we can relate. Like this life is hard, but I want to let you know, like, you're not the only one. You feel me? So that's why I feel like it doesn't have a sense of darkness, because I'm trying to give a sense of hope or a sense of relatableness. So that's why it's not dark or depressing. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I want to make you feel like, I want to make you feel inside like, man, like, you know what? Maybe I am strong enough, because he going through it. Like we all going through it. So, yeah.
With that being said, what inspires you?
What inspires me is I just want to be better than who I was yesterday. For real. I want to be better than who I was yesterday. I want to do this for my mama. I want to do this for my family, because I feel like I have it too. And I feel like if I waste it, I'm going to be letting more than just myself down. So the people that believe in me, that's what inspires me.
You really got a great positive motivational. You need to go into motivational speaking too. You just speak from a great place. You speak from a great place. How do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What's in store for you?
In the next 5 years, I'm trying to expand my business. I want to have another source of income, and hopefully I want to be putting a down payment on a house, if not already be in a house. But as far as for my music wise, I want to be better connected. I want to network and be more worldwide known. I want to be known more around the United States alone. I just want to meet people and network. I want to see how I can push my music and just conquer all these bad habits. Just, like I said, be better than who I was yesterday.
I want to point out something. When I ask that question, typically individuals at your age will be like, I want to be the number one. I want to be the best. I want to. It just boils up to that. And the first thing that kind of resonated with the conversation is you said, I want to put down on my house. If I already have it. And that right there speaks high volumes of stability. Mm-hmm. Being stable and having a foundation. Were you always in the mind frame of stableness, or was there any moment in your journey of living with the music and life that you was unstable, and how did you get back on if you were?
When I was younger, that was my unstable points, and me trying to run away from work and responsibilities when I was younger, and having, say, my mom there, for example, to tell me like, it's gonna be worth it, basically. I didn't understand before, but having her like, trust me, like, just keep on pushing, like, it's you gonna look up and you're gonna be so proud of yourself. I didn't understand before, and I always used to try to run away and try to say, I don't wanna do this no more. Like, I would try to make an excuse saying it was hard, really, because I was trying to go fit in with the rest of the crowd. But my mom would be trying to tell me like, no, just keep on standing out, keep doing your thing, and you're gonna look up and be proud of yourself one day. And now that I'm older, I understand what she was going for. I understand why she was doing it. So I definitely had my phase, but when I was a little younger.
I respect that. I respect that. And big shout out to Mother Love for being a very strong foundation for you, young man. I heard you mention your mother a few times, and that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful
Hey, yeah, I
thing.
got for real, man.
You mentioned gospel. You mentioned gospel, and how has that influenced your decision? And you said just a little while ago, I want to be better than I was the day before, and just being a better person. And was the gospel or the word of whatever religion or base influence you?
Gospel gives me a sense of release. Like when I listen to gospel, it helps me. It's like I can release it takes a burden off my shoulders. Because listening to gospel, like I said, it gives you that sense of hope or that sense of relatableness to where when you hear it, you don't feel so down, like, damn, like I'm just a horrible person. You feel like I'm going through a hard time right now, but I just need to get up. And gospel pretty much gives me that push. It gives me that push, and gospel touches your soul. So listening to gospel and already loving music, it could bring me to tears because it gives a very big sense of release. So it takes a lot of pressure. Yeah.
With that being said, right, I want to take this time. We know we in the era of giving out flowers, right? This is we hear it all the time. Everyone's giving out flowers, but we do know that flowers die. So here on SHU Radio, by way of MJMG Presents, we like to give our honor. So we want to take this time to just honor you, not only for your gifts and your talents, but your mind frame, your persistent energy, and your positive vibrations that you give out, and also the words that you sharing that are resonating with many people of all ages on the chat and those listening on the MJMG Presents app. So we just want to give you your honor. It's very motivational. It's very reassuring to have these conversations with individuals like yourself and hear not just the maturity, but the true heartfelt situations. So most definitely, salute to you. Most definitely salute. Five King says, take a bow. Take a bow.
That's my mama right there.
Salute.
Yeah.
Wait. I gotta stop the music. I want to send an extra salute and honor to Five Kings right there, the proud mama. She said the proud mama for not only raising such an intellectual and bright person, but keeping him grounded and being an example. So salute to Mother Love as well for being on the chat and for grooming. Salute. Thank you. She said thank you, because this conversation is most definitely resonated to a lot of people, and you were very instrumental in that. So thank you. So my brother, with all the good stuff you got going on, and we spoke about 5 years from now and blah, 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 what you got cooking up, man? I know you got some stuff in the works, so what's going on?
So the project that I have in the works right now is called Tribulations and Trials. Like I said, we all go through stuff on a daily. If it's not one thing, it's another. So with music, what I learned is that you have to see what works and see what doesn't. So just making a whole bunch of different music and exploring and seeing what works for me and what doesn't, I found a whole bunch of different sounds that I feel like fit together well on a project. And just, I put those together and I poured myself out into these songs. I let out so much emotions. There'll be some days where I'll be going through stuff and I say, okay, I'm gonna go make a song about it. Or I'm gonna talk about this today when I do make a song. So it's just pretty much all of the trial and error that I went through over this part of my music journey. So Tribulations and Trials coming soon. That's the one that's in the works. I also have, like we're gonna preview today, the song Vision, which is going to be on the project. That's gonna be one of the highlights of the project.
Nice. So we getting a little taste of the project, y'all. We getting a little taste of the project. If there's artists or producers or anybody that's listening, that's like, yo, I really feel this talent, I want to work with them, how could they get with you? How could they reach you? What's the best way to contact if they're curious and just want to know more?
The best way to find me is underscore the JayArce on all handles. Find me on Instagram, you can find me on YouTube, you can find me on everything, TikTok, and reach out. I'm always down to work and make good music. I'm always down to make good music. So reach out so we can put something together. Check me out.
You heard that, y'all? And the man's branding is tight. He said just all over the same thing, check it. And I can't stress how important that is as a music professional, to have everything the same to maximize your exposure and your reach. So, my brother, that's what's up. I want you to really take this moment right now. You've been blessing us with a lot of insight and a lot of viewpoints and perspectives. Can you share just some words of wisdom or advice or motivation, just for not just the creatives, but just the individuals as people? I know we face a lot of things, whether we're artists or we just 9 to 5 working, whatever it is you're doing, we face it. Could you share something, some words of wisdom that could probably help their day?
What I would say is lighten up. Lighten up, because life is always going to be hard. So it's either you let it be hard or you get stronger and you learn how to cope with it. You learn how to deal with it. So go into the day with a smile. Go in peaceful and reprogram your mind. Because if you go in saying it's going to be hard, I already know it's going to be hard, it's going to be hard. But if you go in like, I got this, I feel like it's not going to be too hard, it's going to be easy, you're going to go in, you're going to tackle things, you're going to get stuff done in a better fashion, whether that be work, whether that be school, whether that be anything, whether that be conversations that you don't really want to have. Go in with a more positive mindset, because people go in so negative from listening to the people around them. They've programmed themselves to predetermine how the situation is gonna play out. But sometimes you just gotta figure it out, see how it's gonna go, but go in positive. Stop being so negative. Like, live your life positive, or else you're gonna say you was mad when you was young. That's all you was doing, was being mad. Go in positive and lighten up. Those are just the main things. That's what I would say.
Those are words to live by. I do have a question in the chat, but I want to leave you with an advice.
Okay.
And my advice to you, my brother, is let the world hear you. And what I mean by let the world hear you, I don't mean just your music. I mean you, your voice, your core experience, how you feel in that moment. I think and I believe the world would not only benefit from it, but people will give you the look and the light that you deserve genuinely, and it will resonate with your music. So let the world hear you, my brother. Let the world hear you. Going back to the chat now, I had to get the big brother on real quick. I had to get the big brother. But going back to the chat, Miss MJMG Presents question was, did the deep dive assist you in your journey?
Yes, I will say it assisted me in my journey, because it helped me pretty much dissect some of the moments that I guess I needed to recall. It helped me dissect and go in and touch base on some of the moments that I feel like I needed to shine some light on. So yeah, it also helped me articulate my situation to myself to get a better understanding. So yeah, I would say it really, really helped. It helped me also just better connect with the people. It helps me get comfortable doing things like this. The more you do things like this, the more comfortable you get with it. So yeah.
True indeed, true indeed. My brother, I wanna thank you. I want to say thank you, but I also want to say it's a breath of fresh air to have a conversation, not just about music and talent, but merging it with life, experience and overcoming and positivity and hardship. And I could just keep going, right? But good immersion, all that. It was most beautiful. Before we let you go, and then we go into visions, and the boy speaks in many visions. So we're gonna check out visions. But before we let you go, I just want to leave the floor with you. If there's any words, anything you want to say and put into the universe, the floor is yours, my brother.
The last thing I would like to say is, which actually goes hand in hand with the song Vision, life is hard. Everybody has things that they deal with on the regular, so don't confuse someone's attitude with their personality. Don't let your first view of somebody be don't let that be the picture you painted them for the rest of the time you know them. Sometimes people are really going through things in their mind. Sometimes people are going through things at home that they don't want to tell people about. And when you just say that's who they are, they're just an angry person, sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes you need to ask them, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Like, be the first to initiate things like that instead of just subconsciously judging them or saying that's just who they are. Because a lot of times people, they just want you to see the vision, but you don't realize like they're struggling to get you to see the vision, all of the things that they're going through, the obstacles they're overcoming just to put a smile on their face every day. Like, don't judge people based off your first sight of them. Give them some time, let them open up. And that's why I said lighten up, because everybody going through stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
And he didn't fail with the wise words again. Salute to you, my brother. Thank you for coming on the set. It was most definitely a pleasure. We will keep our eyes and our ears, not just on the music, but on you, eyes and ears, for the stuff that you're putting out in the universe. And got to say, you got a very, very big road. And when the reason why I say big road is because your vision is bigger than any small road that's in front of you. So take your journey, my brother, and it's gonna be a beautiful ride, man. You have a great day, man. Thank you. Let's get another round of applause. That was a great joint. Thank you, my brother. You have a good one. Be safe and keep doing your thing.
Blessings always, man. Likewise.
Have a good one.
I see you later.
Shout out to everybody that's on right now. That was super dope. Shout out to everybody on the MJMG Presents app. And shout out to everybody on Instagram, showing love, clapping, being here. It was most definitely a great interview. Now, before we go into visions, you know I gotta give my last words. Like, I gotta get my reverend on, right? That's what someone called me the other day, Reverend Spud, right? But I want to say something. If you didn't get anything out of today's interview, anything, and there was so much gems, so much inspiration, so many pearls, diamonds, whatever you want to call it, there was so much things you could take from today. But if you didn't take anything from today, take this. Keep positive in your journey. The picture you paint for your road is the true existence of your reality. I'm talking hardships, motivation, disappointment, uncomfortability, you name it. All these things will continually exist. And one thing the brother said is, if you put forth what you can't do, it will be a genuine fact. Therefore, if it's something you love, if it's something you're passionate about, if it's something that you are moved and motivated to do, like he said, do it. And remember this, don't worry about what anyone has to say. Why? Because they will say something regardless. So why do something that you don't want to do to have something said about you when you could do what you exactly feel comfortable doing, and they're going to say something anyway. Do it for you. Keep pushing. Keep positive. Keep pushing along. And remember this always. Be genuine. Because you're not fooling anyone but yourself. Alright, y'all. I'm Spud Brooklyn. Shout out to MJMG. Shout out to everybody. This is MJMG Presents SHU Radio. Every Monday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. We sit down with talents, artists, music producers, anyone. The mailman is welcome to come on here. I bet you he got some jewels, and I bet you he saw some stuff. But everyone is welcome. where we just want to highlight the day-to-day people and the power and the magic that they possess. I'm from Brooklyn, and it was a dope night. Yo, Jay Arce, salute to you. Much love. This right here is off the new project, Tribulations and Trials. This is an exclusive. This is Vision. Check it out, y'all. Y'all have a good night and be safe. Yo, Blocks, I see you. All right, here we go, y'all.
Yo, Jay Weezy, what's up with you, man? Yeah, bro, is it good?
I've been smooth for me. I'm alive and breathing, so I'm blessed. Trying to stay busy.
Bro, you overwork, you gonna start going crazy. You feel me? Not gonna be yourself no more, buddy. Chill.
Hey, Jay Arce, I see you 22, bro.
Sometimes I be overworking, I ain't gonna lie.
See? That's why you gotta take some time for you, bro. You overwork, you gonna start going crazy. You feel me? Not gonna be yourself.
Yeah, ooh, na, na, na. Yeah, ooh, na, na, na. Ooh, na, na, na. Or, I wish they could see the vision. Ooh, I'm struggling, they don't know how I'm feeling. Oh no, I'm just trying to keep my head uplifted. I smile when I'm in pain, so it's hard to tell the difference. Different. I keep running to the substance. That's the only thing keep me from tripping. She's sweating me, worried about these other women. But compared to other niggas, I'm the realest. I'm the realest. So now I gotta deal with it. Keep getting this feeling. Am I the hero or the villain? You know it's such a crazy feeling. Cause I be sitting thinking I'm who keeping me from winning. Winning. I need to take some time for me. Like 3 said, the nights that I can't fall asleep.